Well, first of all, Edik, thank you very much for your time and participation today. Can you please tell us about yourself? Where were you born? Where you grew up? Which school did you go?
So I was born in Christchurch, New Zealand, and I moved to Australia when I was 6 or 7 years old, and I've been there ever since. I grew up in Upper Coomera, 409, and went to Upper Coomera, and yeah, got a few close mates that are still in the area, and still keep in contact with them. I then moved to Palm Beach to chase a rugby league career, and pretty much stuck with it right through high school, and played some pretty serious level of footy. So it was a good experience at Palm Beach, and there's good life lessons there that picked up from teachers and then other schoolmates.
Nice. So
Uh-huh.
you grew up.
And I'm sorry.
Yes.
You can continue, Cole. I'm sorry.
So you grew up in Queensland.
Yeah. I grew up in Queensland, southeast Queensland, and we pretty much moved to Coomera and didn't leave. We just stayed in Coomera.
Uh-huh. Can you tell us about your mom and dad, Edik? Do you know how they meet?
Yeah, so dad was working on the fishing boats, and he come into the port one day, and then they met in a pub, and kind of over the years, every time dad would go back home to Russia, and then dad'd be sending letters every now and then, and keep in contact. And then I think, how does dad say it as a funny way? Oh, he got trapped or something. He reckons he fell into a trap for mum or something, but it's just jokes. Nah, they were just doing long distance for a couple of years, and ended up getting married. Yeah.
It's so neat. Uh-huh. And I know that your name actually is after your uncle, your dad's brother,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And your sisters, they all have Sahara names.
Yeah.
Do you feel something special about that? That
Definitely.
You have. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely unique. You know, like our names sort of all have meaning. So Edik obviously named after my uncle, Sadana after the Sadana flower, and Nibiana is kind of a mixed names between Nobach and Nergiana, and then they just put Nergiana. So yeah, I think we've pretty connected with our names, and it has a lot of meaning behind it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first when I heard the story of your parents, I think it is fascinating, and it's a real plot for movie, for romantic movies, I think.
Romantic movie, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon it can be a great movie, because coming from so far from Siberia, from Russia to Australia, and to New Zealand, and meeting your mom, and then moving to Australia and having your family and life together. And
yeah, and name all of them Saha by Saha names. It's so fascinating, actually.
Yes. So can you tell us, do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I've got 4 older sisters. I'm the youngest and the only boy of the family. So it goes me, and then it's Nibiana. She's 22 this year in October. And then it's Sadana. She's 26. And then it goes Michelle. She's about 33, and Anita. She's 34. The 2 oldest are actually mums. They have different dads, but I just call them my sisters anyway.
Nice. So how's it growing up in a multicultural family? Do you have any Russian traditions, Saha traditions?
Not really. We just do two Christmases. So we have Russian Christmas and our normal Christmas, but that's really it. We don't really do any other traditions, because I don't know. I don't actually know why. I think yeah. I wish Dad kind of taught us a bit more about our background, but I'm not sure.
Did you feed any time, like, did you feed fire, or your dad was feeding fire? Did you see that or not yet? Feed fire?
Over
No?
in no, I don't think so.
Okay. But have you ever met your relatives, Edik?
Yeah, we went over back home. So we went to Russia. Can't actually remember when I was pretty young. I think I was 10. So yeah, about 9 years ago. 9 years ago, I think. Yeah, about 9 years ago, and it was unreal. I want to go back, definitely. It was unreal experience. Pretty eye opening to see how everyone lived over there and the culture and where we're from. So yeah, definitely would like to go back again and hopefully have my own kids one day. So.
Was it in winter or summer?
Summer. We went over in summer, so it was really nice trip actually. I liked it a lot.
Your dad told us, like, they are planning to go to Saha Republic after 2 years, probably, maybe. Will you join them?
Yeah, definitely. If I can get the time off and we go on the right time, then yeah, definitely I'll be looking to go over with them. It's just with rugby, I have certain opportunities to go on holiday, and I don't know if Mum will be willing to go in the winter, because that's probably the only time that I'd be able to get time off. But yeah, we'll see. I definitely want to go back soon. Definitely.
Tell us more about your trip. How was it? Do you remember anything? Do you recall anything interesting and unique?
Yeah, definitely. We went to the permafrost. I heard the fires are melting the permafrost now, but when we went, that was unreal. I went with a couple of my cousins and second cousins that live on Nesna Bessia, on that little island, and we went across the river, and yeah, it was real. It was really good. And then we went to the underground, and they had all the ice. We were playing in the ice slides and all the sculptures there. That was pretty cool too. We went and saw Dad's summer home in Nürbe. That was pretty unreal to see where my dad grew up and see all my uncles and aunties and great aunties and I saw my grandma for the first time as well. That was pretty it was pretty crazy. I loved it.
Especially because you are from Australia and New Zealand, and you didn't see any snow, right?
Nah, I didn't see any snow. New Zealand saw a little bit, but not like that. I reckon it was so fun. I was running around in jandals and dongs and a singlet. I was running around like this. I was running around like this in ice and snow. So it was pretty fun.
Have you tried any traditional local food cuisine?
I tried reindeer. I ate reindeer. I actually liked it. I also had the frozen fish, and I had a horse. I didn't like the horse though. I didn't like the horse. It was a bit gamey. but I liked the reindeer. The reindeer was nice. It was nice and it tastes like silverside. It tastes like corned beef, so it was good. But yeah. Oh, also had fermented milk. What's in the Chiron? Yeah, hummus. We had hummus, and no, I didn't like that. Couldn't stomach it.
Yeah. It's actually complicated to try it first time usually.
Yeah, so when we first had it, we were all online, and there was the festival, and they were giving us the hummus, and Dad told us we had to drink it, and it was terrible. I felt kind of sick afterwards, but yeah, it was good. We pretty much, when we went over, we lived off pierogi and aladi. We lived off that. Every house that we went to had pierogi and aladi because we loved it. So it was good.
You know, Edik, I saw your photo wearing the Saha flag, right? Sometimes, like after the competitions or before it, I don't know. Why do you do that? And what are your feelings at that time? You know, like a flag. Kolya, can you show the picture, please? That I sent.
like this?
Oh, that was after a game, and I was playing for Kuruma Cutters then, and Dad always puts the flags up on in the in the garage, so I hung it up, and Mum wanted me to get a photo next to it, and Dad always sends photos of us and us girls and whatever he's doing to the family WhatsApp group that he has, and of his classmates and everyone back home in Yakutio, so he always sends it back and just keeps everyone updated, really. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
So actually, it's your dad who put you like put the Saka flag on you, right?
Oh, he always has them hung up, so he hangs them up. I think he's got them hung up now. I'll get him to take a photo and I'll send it to you guys. But he's got the Saha flag hung up as well in the garage. Like he always hangs it up, So he's very, very proud.
Yeah, it's true. He's very proud. Mm-hmm.
Edik, what else do you have in your home from Yakutia?
Chiron. I got a couple of Chirons. Got the horsehair for the flies and the bugs. That I can't really, because I moved down to Sydney. I moved down to Sydney, so I did. What was that?
It's called Deibir.
Deibir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah. Because all that stuff's over in Queensland with Mum and Dad. So, once I settle in here properly, then I'll probably look to set up my room and probably get a Saha flag and hang it up myself. So.
Yeah, it would be so nice.
Vera, would you like to go on?
Yeah, like I actually wanted to ask about your sports career. How did you start, and what age did you come into sport? What is your first sport?
It all really started. So when we were younger, Dad and Mum always put us through martial arts, especially us younger kids, us three kids, me, Diana, and Savannah. And I don't know, I kind of got sick of it when we moved to Australia, and I wanted to try something else. And I had long hair at the time, and I asked Dad if I could play rugby league, and he's a bit sketchy on it, but it's what I wanted to do. So he took me down, and I think I was under 9, so I was 9 years old when I first started playing. And so under 9s, under 10s, I was playing for Helensville Hornets, and under 11, sorry. And then between under 11s and under 12s off-season period, which goes between September to about, say, April-ish, I did boxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. I did all of those extra things, and I had all my baby fat, so I was a bit chubby, and doing that sort of training really helped my rugby league, but it also like slimmed me down quite a bit. And that's where my rugby league career kind of kicked off from there. When I was 12, going into high school, year 7, that's where my first rep year started. Made North Coast for school, made South Coast, and then ended up making the under 12s Queensland team. And then the ball just started rolling. I moved to Kuruma Cutters, played all my reps under 13s. I played Gold Coast Vikings, and then Gold Coast Vikings Southeast Queensland Division white, the white team, and then under 14s exactly the same, Gold Coast Vikings. We won that comp. SEQ Green, unfortunately got to the grand final and lost. Come back, I moved to Palm Beach Currumbin High School in year 10. A massive change from Upper Coomera. Had to get my act together and then focus on my schooling. And then I made the South Coast team for under 15s in year 10. And then I also went on to play under 15s Whites Queensland. And we just missed out on the grand final. We lost by 2 points in this national carnival. It was really fun. I met a lot of boys, and they taught me a lot. The coaches taught me a lot, and Then kept playing under that under 15s year 10 at school. We won the competition for PBC. I still have some close mates in that team, and we all keep in touch. Went from there to under 16s. Played Gold Coast Vikings. We won that competition. Went to SEQ Green. I captained that team to a victory, undefeated carnival. We won that, and then went to play under 16 State of Origin. And unfortunately, we lost to New South Wales then. It's probably to this day one of my greatest achievements was playing under 16s Origin. Still got great mates in that team that we still keep in touch with, and a few boys are playing NRL now on the professional stage, which is I hope to be there one day. And then I went from there. Was under 17s. I was playing up, so they made it under 18s Queensland schoolboys. I made under 18 South Coast, and then under 18 schoolboys again. We won the whole tournament at national level for under 18s Queensland schoolboys. I missed out on the Origin, but the schoolboys was an unreal experience, and that's where my footy kind of matured. I was in my last year of school. I was 17 years old. I just won a Melbourne final, state final, got man of the match, and then the national final. We won the competition for the whole of Australia. So I was under 17s playing the under 18s competition, and I guess I found a maturity in my footy, and I then was 18 and coronavirus hit. Coronavirus locked everything down. The year the whole world stood still, and really hit me. Went through a tough stage in lockdown, but family and my partner at the time managed to pull me through it. So, and her family, and was working, and I come out of lockdown a bit heavier. I was about 98 to 100 kilos at that time, and knew I had a lot of work to do to cut my weight. So I dropped down to about 86, 87 kilo, and that's where I wanted to be at. And I went into the A grade Reggie's local comp for Runaway Bay, and played there before I went and did a Titans preseason, Gold Coast Titans preseason. First half, I did 6 weeks with the Gold Coast Titans before Christmas, and I enjoyed that. Learned so much, and from the boys playing at a professional level, how to maintain my body, how to gain strength, how to get fitter, and real boost my career. So yeah, at the start of this year, now I'm 19. Had a bit of a rough start to the year, just playing in a team that I wasn't really focused on, and then Bulldogs gave me the opportunity to move down here and take on their 20s team. So packed up and left in June, 10th of June, and I moved down here, and yeah, it's been a pretty rough ride. Been down here 10 weeks, and I spent 8 weeks in lockdown, but it is what it is. Keep moving.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
Күнді көрәтшілер бияға бүгін ғалжеттір Эдик Амбросьев Австралияттан, кене ағата Саха, мамата Новой Зеландия. Бүгін бігі кәпсіздәлік кене спортивная карьератын туғынан, онна алған туғынан. So Edik, that sounds very fascinating. And so, when did you make a decision to move on with professional career in rugby? Because after high school, people try to maybe stop, or when was this point when you decided that you need to go professional?
I've always knew I've always had a dream to play NRL. So my first year in rugby league under 12s, I was kind of like, oh yeah, I'm pretty decent at this. Maybe I could make a career out of it. But it started to get a bit more real when I moved to Palm Beach, Currumbin, and that was kind of bred into us. Is footy's not everything, but if you want to make a career out of it, you got to make sacrifices and you got to do the hard yards. So when I was about 15, I knew 14, 15, I knew that this is what I want to do, and I'm gonna chase it, and as long as I can, and then try and make a career out of it. So, yeah.
Nice. Vera, next
Nice.
question.
Yeah, I just wonder, how does it look like the day of professional rugby player?
So it all really
And do you follow any diet?
it all depends on you know, what your goal is and what you're trying to do. For me, like I can be strict on my food, but my body doesn't really like that. So I just try and eat decent meals, like 3-4 meals a day, and just try and eat like that. You know, I'm not eating Macca's every day, but or McDonald's every day, but I'm eating proper food. You know, have my meat, have my veggies, and like, you know. So I try to look after my body as much as I can. Heaps of recovery, and obviously weight training and field training and stuff like that. So depending on what part of the season you're in, depends on the training you do. Pre-season, a lot of running, a lot of Ks in the legs, getting you fit for the season, getting you stronger. And then when you're in season, you kind of maintaining and recovering heaps with your body weight, with your muscles, and just looking after your body a bit more. So
What time do you wake up usually?
Usually about 6 o'clock. That's
Wow,
just my body.
same.
It's just my body clock now. It's just
Okay.
because I was working previously, and I'd have to get up pretty early to go to the gym, and then go to work, and then go to training afterwards, field training. So now I'm not working. I'm in lockdown. I'm actually going to work next week, but yeah, I'm up at 6 every day because that's just my body clock now.
Do you work out
And
every
what
day?
time? Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
What was that, bro?
Do you work out every day? How many hours a day?
Probably last week. So I worked out last week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It was just a reset week because I'm trying to figure out what to do with the training facility with the lockdown now, new restrictions and stuff. But previously I was training Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and I do hour and a half to 2 hours on the field, come back, and then I've got a gym set up here. This is my gym set up here. Luckily that the Bulldogs will let me use it. So I've got a squat rack here, got a boxing bag, and in that box there's weights and dumbbells and there's all sorts. So yeah, just depending what day and it is, I'd try and fit it in. So Monday be speed and come back and do upper body. Tuesday will be conditioning, fitness with legs, weight training, and then same again. Thursday, Friday, Saturday I might jump on the roller downstairs or a bit more cardio. So.
And what time are you going to bed usually?
Usually I'm pretty good and go to bed about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm out. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what time I go to bed.
All right. And Edik, what in your thoughts, what key personal values does playing rugby involve? That it's your personal values to make you achieve your achievements.
You gotta have a lot of I guess you gotta have a lot of discipline. There's heaps of values that you can put on the game. Everyone's different. Every position's different. But for me, it's probably discipline, teamwork, and courage. You got to have a lot of courage to play the game. It's a pretty physical game. It's high demand on your body. So yeah, your discipline comes into it a lot. Your teamwork, especially, you know, it's not a one person team. So everyone has a job to do on the field, and you know, if one person's not doing their job, the whole team's going to suffer. So I'm pretty big on teamwork and working together, trying to win as a team. So yeah.
And your mom told that you was very independent when you was a child. How about now?
Yeah, I'm still pretty independent. I like doing my own stuff. I like you know, having my own stuff. I like cooking myself. I actually love cooking. Yeah, considered a pretty good chef. But I like doing my own stuff, having my own time, and now I'm in lockdown. I get a lot of it, so yeah.
I see.
What do you like to cook?
My favorite is probably chicken curry. I like cooking chicken curry. Yeah, it's good.
Have you earned any new skills during the lockdown?
Yeah, I learned a lot of patience. learned a lot of patience because it's not much you can do in 8 weeks, but I guess every day is a challenge. Patience and mental fortitude, gaining stronger mindset, you know, because it's tough. It's tough being alone by yourself, and I'm not completely by myself, but you know, previously I was living with 7 other boys, you know, but now I'm by myself. So, yeah.
Do you and your team have mentors, coaching, and therapy involved to your medical, physical, and mental well-being?
Yeah. So each club has a lot of mental welfare officers, what they call them, or welfare managers, and they check up on each player. And I'm pretty lucky that a lot of the staff at the Bulldogs and the coaching and even some of the boys been messaging me, asking me how I am and checking up on me because they know I'm away from home and they're really looking after me. So I'm really thankful for that, and I'm glad that I have a good support around me because I know if I didn't have that, I'd be struggling. So. Yeah, they look after you when playing the sport. They really care about your mental welfare. So it's good.
So, what's your future plan?
Future plan: play NRL one day, bro. I want to get in there. Obviously, I'm only 19. I'm 20 next year. Just take my time, really. As long as I get opportunity and opportunity to prove that I can be there, then it'll come. But yeah, obviously, my backup career, if I don't make NRL, would to be a policeman. I'd love to be in the police force. Probably detective, actually. I want to be a detective. So I'll hopefully start studying uni sometime soon, next year maybe, or maybe even at the end of this year.
Would you like to live in Russia for some time, a couple of months?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, maybe towards the end of my career, might think about it. It's just you know, with the rugby side of it, it'd be pretty hard to move over there and live for a couple months because that need me over here to play or something like that. But definitely was thinking about it, you know, moving over. Maybe Dad was going to make me join the army when I was younger, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
Do you reckon you'd like to learn some Russian or Saha language?
Definitely. I actually was on the phone with Dad the other day and I was just like, why didn't you teach me any of this when I was younger? And yeah, I wish he taught us a little bit more.
Do you know any words in Yakut Saha language?
Nah.
No.
It's all, I don't know any of it. It's it's pretty hard because I want to be able to talk to my family and I talk to my family properly, you know, in our own language, but can't do that because I don't actually know. So hopefully I can learn and next time I go over I can talk to them properly.
You know, in New Zealand, it's like I think it's named haiku, right? That very popular Maori song before the competitions.
Oh, the haka.
Do you know? Yeah, haka.
Yeah.
Know that?
Yeah, I know the haka. I know a little bit of Māori, but yeah.
Did you ever sing that haka or not?
Haka, yeah, I had to do a haka for I played in the Māori team as well. So I played in the SEQ Māori, and then I played Queensland Māori team under 16s or under 16s I think it was, and we ended up winning the Southeast Queensland division for the Māori. So we had our own haka for Southeast Queensland. It's pretty cool. So it's good.
Do you still remember that? Can you show us,
Nah,
please?
nah, I don't actually remember that one. That one was a bit difficult.
Right. Mm-hmm. Go there.
So can you tell about physical education and sports in Australia? What are the most popular sports in school for kids?
Depending on what state you are and where you're at, everyone's a bit different. So I know South Australia and Victoria are real heavy on AFL. Western Australia is a big AFL. Maybe AFL or touch and rugby union. Every state's different. Queensland's a heavy rugby league state. New South Wales is pretty dominated by rugby league, but also AFL as well. Soccer down here in New South Wales is pretty big too.
What about New Zealand?
New Zealand, rugby union. Rugby union's dominated over there. So yeah, it just depends on what state you're in and really what sport you want to play. Palm Beach Currumbin, they have all sports, all program and all sport in that school is top notch. Rugby league programs, competition winners. They've got 30 plus NRL players, present and ex NRL players. They've got AFL players that have been through the ranks, and it's a really good sport. They've got a few rugby union, I think. Their soccer's massive. Their surfing is massive. You know, PBC is just all rounded.
I think our viewers are not familiar with AFL. Can you tell us more about footy?
AFL, you just run, kick the ball. It's a pretty strenuous game. It's pretty physical too. It looks pretty confusing when you get on there, but once you start watching a few games, you get the hang of it. There's 4 sticks. You got I think 4 sticks. You got goal through the middle and then 2 goals on the sides. 1 point and then 3 points, I think. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I've got a few mates in the AFL programs and they're real tough dudes.
Do you reckon it is something between rugby and, I don't know, soccer or?
Yeah,
I don't know.
a little bit. It's pretty hard to explain. Like, you got a massive oval field and it's nuts. Dad actually wanted me to play AFL when I was younger, but the size I was and how chubby I was, I didn't think I was getting on the field to play AFL. So, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. What is your favorite time with family, Edik?
Favorite time? Like holiday or?
It's like maybe a favorite holiday with your family.
Probably New Year's. And New Year's, last year New Year's was very fun. It was pretty funny actually.
What did you
We had a
do?
good time. So we usually do. Mum usually does early dinner, and then we all stay up till 12 o'clock and have a toast and have dinner as well. Dad's usually at work by then. But last year it was my first legal New Year's, so it was my first time I drank with my mum and my sisters. Usually it's just me and mum, and everyone goes out and does their own thing. But last year everyone was there. My older sister Anita, mum, Nubiana and Sadana, and then my best mate Jaden and my partner Miley was there. And it was unreal. It was so fun. It was the first time I drank with mum and my sisters, so it was real funny to see everyone a bit tipsy.
Do you drink yourself?
I do, but I don't drink like often. So I'll drink if I'm celebrating something, birthdays, close mates, New Year's. That's about the only time I'll drink. So
I see. Okay, and Edik, could you tell that maybe you have some advice for younger boys interested in rugby?
just be patient with rugby.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Or maybe in any sport, you know, like
I reckon just try all sports. You know, like I played a bit of a mix. I played netball, I played touch, I played rugby union, I played rugby league, played a bit of basketball. Not serious, but I muck around a bit. Go to the field and kick the ball around the soccer ball. So whatever it is, just try it. Try different sports. You know, I think my rugby league experience and game has matured a lot from playing other sports. You know, my muscles are definitely a bit more conditioned because of netball and basketball. You need more coordination and stability in your knees and your ankles. Rugby league, you just need to be strong and pretty tough. Touch, you got to be quick, good on your feet, good eyes, good passing. Rugby union, it's pretty much the same, just tough. And yeah, I reckon just play as many sports as you can and just have fun. Don't take everything so serious at one go. Just ride it out, be patient, and have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If not rugby, which sport it would be for you? Would you choose for your professional career?
I was actually tossing up between rugby league and rugby union. I know I had an opportunity to go back to New Zealand and play, but I decided to stick it out and play rugby league. Yeah, I definitely was battling between those two. And if I wasn't playing sport, I'd be a police officer. So yeah, that's really it.
How about your sisters? Do they play any sport or no? Your sisters?
They no, we're all real into martial arts. And then one of them's really smart, and she should be a politician because she knows how to talk and she's got some good arguments. And then the other one, she's more of a she likes customer service, and she likes making coffees, working at bars. She likes doing that sort of stuff. But man, both of them can throw a kick, that's for sure. They still know how to kick and throw their weight around. So.
As a brother, do you teach them how to play in sports or?
Nah, they were never really interested in sport. But when we were younger, we'd get into an argument or something and would go tell Dad, and Dad, she said this or he said this. He'd go put the gloves on and we'd have to glove up and fight it out. So that's how we grew up. And when I was younger, they used to pick on me heaps, like beat me up heaps, because they were bigger and stronger. But now they don't really.
Do you have any other interests except sport?
Except sport?
Yes.
Yeah, I like to watch anime. I watch heaps of anime. But pretty much sport is what I live for. So yeah.
I think Sardana is having.
Yeah, she just commented. She goes, "Excuse me, I was a brown belt and I played a lot of sport when I was growing up." I don't know. I think she played hockey, and she reckons she beat me in a fight recently. She didn't, but that's alright.
Edik, but how long are you planning to be in the professional sport?
As long as I can. I can't really. You can't really put a cap on your career because one bad injury or one incident will cost your career. I could have a bad knee injury or a bad shoulder injury, bad head injury, and that's my career done. So my sporting career done. So I'm just again having fun while I'm still young and trying to play to the best I can and not really looking beyond how long I'm gonna play for, rather than put in measures to if this happens, what have I got next? What's my next job? What's my moving on from rugby? What have I got? And that's I want to study at uni and become a police officer, possibly detective. So.
So you have to plans to be a police officer or maybe detective, right? It's very interesting. Yeah. It's very neat. Yeah.
So every sport has ups and downs. Like either you lose or win. How do you recover after fail after fails, and
Uh,
what helps you to move on and continue, keep going?
you know, after a tough loss, or maybe you don't get the contract, or whatever it is, you know, you just remember why you're doing it. And in rugby league or in the sporting career, it's not just what there is now, but your future. So what you're doing now is going to set you up for, you know, a year or 2 years down the track, and you learn a lot from your failures. You know, I probably wouldn't be where I am today without having a few losses and you know, not making a team, or not getting that contract, or whatever it may be, or whatever. I probably wouldn't be the player I am today without having those losses. So it's made me a lot stronger, and I guess how to work through it is just lean on your support, really. Like, mum always knew that I was down from a loss or whatever, and she was just there, you know, telling me go have a cold shower, go for a swim at the beach, go put your compression skins on, do your recovery properly. And she's not always there to kick me in the ass and tell me to move on. So it's good.
Do you cry sometimes or not?
Cry, of course I cry. No, cry about anything, you know. Miss my family at the moment heaps with the lockdown, but no, I'd rather make the sacrifice now than later on the track. So do the hard yakka now and put it in and reap the rewards later. So
I see. Yeah, but you know, like in Russia, usually this belief that men cannot cry, but you show the opposite way that men can cry, and it's okay, right?
everyone's human. Everyone has emotions, you know. I think there's a stigma around it, or like a value as men don't cry, but sometimes you just have to, you know, it's okay to cry. Just move on from it. Don't dwell on it. Is what my dad always told me, and yeah, just keep moving forward.
Your dad told you. Oh, it's nice. And how about your happy moments? What are you doing usually at the time?
What do you mean?
It's like you know, jumping, screaming.
When I'm happy.
Laughing. Yeah.
When I'm happy, I'm always happy. I don't. When I'm happy, when I win a game or something, I just laugh, smile. I don't know, just yeah.
I see. All right, Koля, do you have any questions? More questions?
So we had a question about national identity. How do you recognize yourself?
About like if someone asked me like what culture are you, or who am I? Well,
yeah,
it's pretty hard to say that I'm Saha, because then they ask me, oh, where's that? Oh, what's it? And then I say Siberian, and then they go, what's that? Serbian? Oh, Russian. So it's just like, oh. So most of the time I just say Saha, and then they go, what? And then I go, I'm native to Siberia. That's what I say. And then and then about 2 days later they'll come back and ask, oh, so you're Russian? And then I'm like, no, I'm Saha. And yeah, it's pretty tough. Pretty tough conversation, because not many people know what Saha is. So yeah.
Yeah, you should learn more about Saha culture. Actually, ask your dad, and then educate other people about our homeland. It would be so nice.
I actually got off the phone with him the other day. Told him to stop being lazy and teach me a bit about it. But then he's like, ask your cousins and ask Vera. He told me to ask you about teaching me, and I was just like, no, I want you to teach me, but he's just lazy.
We'll have to teach you, right, Kola?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
What is the greatest advice from your dad?
Greatest advice from my dad? That's hard. I was just try and stay positive and move forward. I was on the phone with him this morning, and yeah, he just said, "Love you, mate. think positive and keep moving forward. And that's in this situation or in life. It's just what you got to do. Another situation, if you're upset or you're happy or whatever, just just keep positive as much as you can and move forward.
How about your mom advice?
Mum, trust is easily broken, but hard to get back. That's what I learned growing up from my mum when I was being a naughty teenager when I was younger. So, yeah.
Күндү көрәчүлөр бихаха бүгүн ол жыты Эдик Амбросьев Австралиядан. Кини Новой Зеландияга турабыт, онна Австралияга улаппыт. Билген регбинен профессиональной жырттанар. Ыйтылак булакытына билген комментарийга сурай ходынсап, ыйты ходынсап.
Yes,
Yeah. There are any questions from you?
Oh, any questions?
I have no question. Maybe Eddie has any questions from us.
Yeah, hopefully I can. I wanna learn a bit more about Dad's side of the family and the culture. So hopefully we can organize a time or a Zoom call or whatever to teach me some Saha and the culture is really good.
We'll do that, Eddie. We have the contact. Sure. We'll write you and we'll do that. Yeah, for sure. Right?
I think you should travel to Yakutия in winter.
Winter? It's like minus, what is it, minus 20 or something? Minus
50, minus, yeah. But in summertime, it's very good too, because, like there we have some Manchari competitions, and you can participate there, like competitions among men, like a Saha men.
I was, when I went over there, years ago, I jumped in the wrestling circle with the kids, and from Nюрбе, I jumped in the circle and I was wrestling them, and then we did the one with the stick, and you hold the stick and you put the foot on the block and you try to pull them, and yeah, so we did a little bit.
So you know.
Yeah, a little bit. I know a little bit. The wrestling, the boys, they just use a little bit more technique. I was just trying to push them around because I was a bit bigger than them. They were a bit smaller, but yeah, it's good. It was a good experience. But
yeah, I think you need some retreat to Yakutия and learn all these sports.
Definitely would be good.
Summer.
Definitely would be good.
Yeah. Okay. Koda, do you have any questions? Like we'll be in touch, of course.
Yes. I think we ran out of our questions so fast.
Yeah, but look, it's only beginning, Edik. So we will continue. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
And thank you very much for agreeing to participate in our interview and in our program.
It's all good. Love to see that. I want to learn a bit more about our culture and take a little bit more ownership so I can teach my own kids one day and share the love and how my life has gone in Australia and learn a bit more about the culture too. So be good.
Yeah.
Would you like to say good day to Saha people? We can teach you your first
right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay, go. What do I need to say?
You can say Ütü gününen. Ütü gününen.
Ütü gününen.
Yes, very good.
It's true. Yeah, Ütü gününen. And if you wanted to say thank you, you can say that mahtanabun, mahtal. Mahtal.
So that one's slow? Mahtal.
Yeah, that's thank you.
It's thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Mahtal.
You can surprise your dad,
He's probably watching. I think Mum's on the live now. I think Mum's watching it. So he'll probably be laughing at me through the phone.
I see.
Well,
okay.
Mahtal for your time and joining us today.
Mahtal for the interview. Thank you.
Yeah, and we wish you all succeed and all health and everything good in your future.
Thank you.
And yeah, and we'll be in touch. And of course, we have to think about the Zoom meeting or something like to share our cultural things, right?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely interested. Definitely keen to get on.
Stay safe in Sydney.
Yeah.
I hope
you too in Melbourne.
lockdown will over soon. I
Mhm.
wish that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me on here.
Okay.
And, it's been good.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Bye.